Hello everyone, this is PZ Snicksnipe here, and today's game I'm casting is between our red Zerg LiquidZenio and our blue Terran SlayersMMA. This game was played during the IEM World Finals, and just to elaborate on both players before, both players are actually or were Korean Code S level players in the GSL, and actually MMA has won a GSL title before, as well as he won the BlizzCon Cup. And basically you could say that the favorite for this matchup is going to probably be MMA, simply because he's been known in Korea as a Zerg killer. If you've seen on the Team Liquid database, he actually has about an 80% or above win ratio against Zerg players, and this is including Zergs like Nesti or Dongrigu, you know, the best Korean Zergs basically. So right now, we see Zenio is going to be opening up standard 15 hatch, and we'll probably see maybe either a reactor hand expand or a one rack expand. Um, there's nothing too out of the ordinary going on right now, so just to talk about the games in general, this is the round of 8. Slayers MMA, I believe, got a bye the first round because he finished first in his group during the group stages, and Zenio actually just finished beating Supernova in about 3-1. So Supernova is actually a pretty solid Terran. So just because MMA is the favorite for this matchup doesn't mean that Zenio has no chance. So actually, yeah, it does look like Slayers MMA is going for a one rack expand, and Zenio's probably gonna throw his pull down when he hits 17 drones. And let's see. So not a whole lot going on right now, but now what I'm curious to see is how they're both gonna play during the mid stages of the game. If we're gonna see Zenio choose to be aggressive on Antiga, there are some pretty good all-ins on this map. If anyone's ever seen before, Stefano has a 3 base all-in about like 11:30. He'll hit +2 attack and +2 care base, and basically he gets his infestors, zerglings, and banelings out and crushes his opponent. And a little bit. So it looks like he's gonna skip his second depot and go for command center first. That's okay. Usually I like to get my depot up to block vision. Uh, yeah, because the drone still got in. That way you can deny vision and not show them what you're doing, so they don't know necessarily if you're going for a command center, if you're just going for like a gas based build or something. And so no gas yet from Zenio, and he actually has a lot of minerals banked up right now. That's a bit peculiar, to be honest. I'm not sure what he's saving for. He had 400 minerals for at one point. I know he was saving it for queens, but he still had 3 larvae, and he's only building 2 pairs of zerglings. I'm not sure if he just lost focus for a minute, or if he was just thinking on what he was doing. Because at first I thought he was just gonna get 2 queens and a spine crawler. That's exactly 400 minerals, but it just looks like just a small mistake on his part. Nothing too big though, obviously, but. So MMA went double gas first after his command center. So we might see what we might see here is yeah, he's definitely going for a reactor head. He's probably gonna take a fast third, or yeah, another third orbital in just a moment. And basically he's just used the reactor hands to deny the third for as long as he possibly can. Although unless there's roaches out, then he can't really do anything about it. So because that's why he goes the double gas after the orbital, and then that's why he's getting the factory. I'm just curious though. I'm assuming because it's MMA, he's gonna go marine tank, but we might see a mech build. Antigua's actually not that bad of a map to go mech against other races, besides Protoss. But I was taking a little sip of water right there. But we see 3 queens out. Looks like he wants to just go ahead and spread creep. Oh, 4 queens. Okay, so he's gonna be getting creep spread out pretty quickly. Only 31 harvesters now, so that's not bad. He very, very late gas. At 43, he gets 2 gases up. So I'm not really familiar with that build. Whenever I used to random Zerg, I mean, I would sometimes go greedy, but never at 2 gas at 43. That's pretty late. So I can't really judge what kind of build he's doing. And he has a drone up here. I wonder if he's going to do a hidden expansion over here, or if he's just keeping it there to... No, he probably is. I don't know, maybe he just forgot about it, but we'll see. Oh, so actually he's going for Banshee Hellion Harass. That surprises me. This is actually a pretty popular, or I I wouldn't say it's that popular if not many people have used it, but I've seen it on the Korean server. People will go Hellions Banshees, and they'll basically like poke around at the Zerg opponent. And it's actually not bad because Zenio doesn't even have a lair or a evolution chamber, and he's gonna have cloaked banshees in about a minute or so. So he can actually potentially do some good damage. He doesn't even need to use the Hellions if in that case, because then Zenio has no detection. But he's getting his lair up now. It should arrive. Well, yeah, it will arrive obviously, but in time for the banshees probably will. But then overseers take 20 seconds, 17 seconds to morph. So he should be okay though, to be honest, based on what I've seen. And we do see the third going down. It's not as fast as I thought it would be, but that was only because I thought he was going to react to Hellions. But otherwise, it's still pretty fast. It's going down before, probably like 7:45 was when he threw it down. We see double engineering bay. MMA is gonna be going for fast upgrades. Zenio only has one evolution chamber, so he's not that ahead on, or he's not ahead on upgrades at all. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, you can cancel your creep tumors, and basically you'll be able to throw them down again. Something many lower level Zerg players neglect. But right now, I would say MMA is in a pretty favorable position. Zenio's not really going for any aggression right now. He is taking a hidden third, but I mean, that's not going to be too hard not to find. Zenio should probably scout around during the course of the matchup, and then like transferring Jones over here is pretty darn risky if you think about it, because well, if the Terran has the middle position, like just Marines, because usually around like 8 or 9 minutes, you'd expect some sort of aggression from the Terran player. In this case, MMA is just going for cloaked banshees, and it looks like it will do. Oh no, the overseer is already out, so it might not do much damage at all. But when he goes over here, he might go all the way over there straight away. So yeah, this is what's going to determine if he's just going to stay over here and go around, or if he's just going to cross. And in this case, he's not going across, which would be a pretty lucky move, but not something you'd really expect. So we do see Zenio's going for Mutalisk tech. And there's this real third, basically. He's going to have 4 bases, but we'll see if MMA can find this later on. Otherwise, that might be pretty bad for him. No, I wouldn't say it's that bad, because he still has his third orbital almost morphing. He does lose a Banshee right now, so that's not good at all. He's only killed 4 drones? 5 drones. But he did lose a Banshee, and he invested in a cloak. He definitely won't be able to stop this, though. The queens are there, and the overseer. And what else we got? He has a spore crawl already in both bases. In this base, he has nothing there. MMA's just going for MMA style, marine tanks, medevacs, double upgrades with the armory going down. So Zenio will be lagging behind in upgrades the longer this game goes on. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't get a second evolution chamber, to be honest. You would expect most Zerg players to go double ups as fast as possible. Now we do see the Mutalisk moving out. MMA has 27 marines, so this shouldn't be any problem at all. And the drone count, the SCV count, it's pretty similar. But MMA did spot the creep, so he's able to find the hidden 4th, or hidden 3rd technically. And he's about to expand his command center. He doesn't have any tanks, or he has 1 tank right now, but that's not going to be able to do much. Luckily though, Zenio has no banelings on the field. He only has Zerglings, and his upgrades are slightly below by 1. Okay, I thought MMA was just gonna wait for the space to saturate up a little bit before moving out, but that was just too much thinking. He should be able to snipe that this 4th base. Mutalisks are heading out over there. That's actually not a good idea to engage Mutalisks against Marines, because Mutalisks cost 100 minerals, 100 gas, so they're not very efficient. But luckily though, there's the Broodlings. Let's see if MMA targets. Yeah, he's targeting the Marines. So this was definitely worth it for MMA. He was able to snipe the hatchery and the Mutalisk, and he actually sniped 2 more drones? 3 more drones, sorry. And now he's going to push down the middle. Right now, he killed apparently all those Zerglings. So it looks like Xeno doesn't have much to stop this at all. This could actually end the game. Oh, but these Mulists are counterattacking, so... Well, they don't look like they're going to be able to do that much damage. Now, oh... MMA made a big mistake over here. He cleared all the Zerglings, and all he had, Xenio has the Mulist. But he's giving time for Xenio to get his Zerglings and Banelings morphed in. So here, right now, he could have already cleared this base out, or come close to. And I would say that would have been totally worth it on his part. But it doesn't look like he's handling his base too well right now. His tanks need to get sieged if this army attacks, but it's not. It's going over here, so he still looks like he has a chance of clearing this base out. And oh, he's getting a perfect surround. Those Marines are just not cost efficient at all right there. And this base doesn't look like it's gonna go down. It'll be close though, but it won't. See, if he had gone for this base sooner, he would have taken it. And in that case, oh, throwing down mules against him. Never mind, it was fine. But yeah, so right now, I would say MMA is still in a pretty damn good position. He has better upgrades on the way. Yeah, he has +2 attack and +2 armor. Now, sorry about that. Now, if we look at Xenio's upgrades, he's +2, but he has no carapace. You could say that it doesn't matter because Banelings are all that matters, but Xenio's not going heavy Banelings. He doesn't even have Baneling speed upgrade yet, surprisingly, at 15 minutes in the game. He probably forgot about it. But these Marines are just going to be able to eat up these Zerglings. Without that carapace, the Zerglings will die a lot faster. And we're about to see an example of that if Xenio decides to engage. But that's not a lot of units though. And that was really bad. I think MMA wasn't looking in that case. I know that feel. Sending your army out to the middle of the map and then looking away for a second to deal with macro, and then all of a sudden you come back and it's all dead because Banlings sniped it before you got to split it. That's like the worst feeling in the world for Terran players. And he's building Marauders, obviously because he's too lazy to change to a tech lab. I mean, you'd only get Marauders usually if they have Infestors or Ultralisk. So, but he's still building Marines out of this now. Either way, Xenio is actually double expanded, which is good. So if MMA is not aggressive enough in a couple of minutes, then even though MMA is ahead on upgrades and he's in a pretty good position, he could fall behind, as Xenio is going to be on 5 bases. That's going to mean a whole lot more gas for him, meaning his hive tech, whatever he decides to get, which I'm assuming going to be Broodlord Infestors, because he's also getting pathogen glands. I'd like to see Broodlords, honestly, or Ultralisk. Now this Marine drop's gonna get cleared up pretty easily. He's not gonna be able to kill that hatchery at all. Reinforcements are coming in too, and he's not even focusing on the Mulas, but at this point 8 Marines versus like 20 Mulas is nothing. On the other hand, this push in the middle is, if he splits really well, but this is MMA, he should be able to control perfectly. Yeah, Xenio needs to get... See, this is why you need Infestors or a lot more Zerglings. That way you can get a perfect surround and engage the Marine tank doors easily enough. He's getting Barrow, I like that. Maybe if he has enough time. I mean, I'm not sure if he will. He's getting his 4th command center now, finally. But these Mulists are about to do some damage. Some really annoying damage. This is the only thing that Mulists are good for. If you go into a late game and you just keep building Mulists, then you're just setting yourself up for defeat. Because while they're really, really amazing at harassing bases, they're super expensive. They're 100 minerals, 100 gas. And then on the other hand, you could get, what, 4 Zerglings, or, I'm not sure. You can get 2 Banelings for a Mutalisk, and then you'd have 50 extra gas. So in the long run, a Mutalisk versus like Zerglings and Banelings is not worth it. And then you're also delaying your like Tech 3 or Tier 3 tech, like Ultralisk and Broodlords. And we do see this engagement. MMA is just going to run away from the Banelings because it's off creep. Marines cannot outlist them, cannot run them. This is another good thing about Mulists. They can cut off small amounts of reinforcements, but in this case there's a Thor and there's a couple of Marines, so it's just like, whatever. We do see the Greater Spire going down, so these Broodlords, if they get he needs to get Infestors. If he doesn't get Infestors, this is going to be bad. I do like the sensor turret in the middle of the map. That's actually something you rarely ever see against Zerg. You rarely ever see sensor towers. So that means the Banling, he can't put Banling drops anywhere, basically. Or Banling, Burrowed Banlings. Because if he puts it over here, then I mean MMA is gonna be scanning anyways to scan these creep tubers most likely. And this run by is gonna kill me by like 2 or 3 SCVs. Not very much, to be honest. So that favorable position that Zenio is in, it's still looking pretty good for him. He has Brood Lords. I saw him building like 4 or 5 infestors. There they are. But so long as he doesn't do stupid engagements, he'll be pretty much safe to go. The only thing is about Brood Lords is they're very slow to move. Meaning, if you had them all over here, the Terran can just move his entire army over here and kill this base. Basically, he can take control of the map when it comes down to it. He can be able to move anywhere he would like. Now, finally he sees the drones. I don't know why Zenio didn't burrow those, to be honest. Or he might have not had burrow at the time. He's too busy focusing. We do see the Brood Lords. I'd like to see some infestors over here. MMA's just walking over there, which is kind of bad. This is gonna be pretty tough. Even though MMA is maxed out, he doesn't have very many Vikings. He has 2. Yeah, 2. But Zenio does have 97 drones, which is a ridiculous amount. He's over droned now. And usually I never see Zenio like this. Usually he's always like 60 drones and he's really aggressive, crushing the Terran before the Terran can get on multiple bases. Right now he's droning up pretty damn hard. But it looks like he's probably gonna lose this base at least. I don't know about this because those Brood Lords are gonna, and infestors. Wow, that's actually 7 Brood Lords. That's not bad at all. Okay, I don't know why he didn't kill this base. He should have. He might lose his army, but he's basically what he's doing right here is he's setting himself up for a good engagement. That's why he's not over here. If he was over here, it'd be like more space for the infestors. Now he's open wide. He can be able to engage this pretty good. But on the other hand, he's also aware of the infestors, which is why he was pulling back his army this entire time. He's getting ghosts and 2 more starports, so if Zenio's not quick enough on dealing with this army, then MMA's gonna be able to take care of this. And on the other hand, MMA is gearing up for a push to take out this base over here, while Zenio's entire army is basically on this side of the map. He's counterattacking into a planetary fortress. I don't really agree with that. He's gonna lose a lot. He needs these banelings. Is he gonna use them? No, he's not even using them. Oh wait, yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't like that. He's gonna lose his base for sure now. He needs to burrow those drones. He needs to burrow them. He's gonna. Oh, maybe not, because he has a crap load of drones. Right now, he's not really. See, this is the problem with Brood Lords. You see how this happens? His Brood Lords are so slow now. MMA is just double attacking on 2 fronts, and now I'm about to take out this hatchery. There you go. Thank you. He does clean up all these Marines though. And it looks like MMA is gonna lose a lot of medevacs, but right now we see the supply difference is huge. 40, 50, or it's like 40 supply now. MMA is taking a 5th base. He lost his 4th over here a minute ago. And he's actually not building another orbital. He needs to move an orbital. Actually, this is not looking too bad for Zenio. He does have 2 bases with lots of minerals. Actually, these 2, all his main and natural are basically mined out of minerals. He still has 2 bases of economy. So, as long as he can take care of this army with like his infestors or something, he can win pretty darn well. And if he engages MMA right now, it looks like he's gonna win. But oh no, don't leave your fungal growth. He needs See, that's another problem with Brood Lords. You can't leave him alone, or otherwise you're gonna get eaten up by Marines. If Zenio had put his infestors there, or the rest of his army, this army would be gone already if MMA decided to attack. He can fungal too. No, he can't fungal. Never mind. Thought he had 75 energy. Sorry. Yeah, see, that was pretty bad. And then he needs to start transfusing these Brood Lords, which he's not doing right now. So supply is actually even. Let's check out the income rate. Zenio's still slightly ahead on income, but he's down to 52 drones. He's lost a lot. Now this base should be fine, honestly. 66 workers killed by MMA. Okay. I know Zenio was over droned earlier, but he should have been a lot more careful with his drones, like burrowing it over here, but he never did. I think he forgot he researched burrow, to be honest. He doesn't have a very large army, to be honest, either. He should be killing this. I'm not sure why he's killing that orbital. Oh no! Zenio, really? So right now, it's hard. Well, actually, it's looking pretty good for Zenio. Zenio's probably. I think Zenio should win this, just by looking at this. Oh, the Thor drop. Oh, love the Thor drop. Wow, that was actually not bad at all. Okay, Zenio's gonna lose this. Never mind. Sorry. Those Marines. There's nothing to stop them now. There's no infestors. I love that Thor drop though. Wow, that was actually pretty good. Pretty smart move. The Lords were all bunched up and they all started to attack the Thor instead of like dealing with the Marines. So yeah, if Zenio had built a lot more infestors, if he had not been sloppy with his Broodlord controls, this game should have been his, honestly, at many points in the game. These bandings are doing nothing against someone like MMA with his amazing Marine split. Let's check out his APM against someone with 260 APM average. I don't think bandings off creep are really going to do anything. This is why you should transition into infestors if you don't have creep. Especially if you have Broodlords. Infestor Broodlords are really good. And in this case, MMA did not have a lot of Vikings. He had only a couple. In fact, he's not even building anyone. He's like, I don't need to. This base, yeah, when this base goes down, this is... Okay, it's not going down. Is it not? Okay, wow. If he does a Thor drop over there, it should go down though. But he's leaving his Broodlords alone, so he's gonna lose them again, which is pretty bad. And see, this is the problem with Zenio. He's still 2-2. MMA's been 3-3 for a long while, and he's 1-0. Zenio just seemed like he was lagging behind upgrades. And I guarantee you, upgrades make a huge difference. Anyone who, I mean, everyone should know that basically, but... And then what's gonna happen is MMA is gonna establish this base too. So he's on 3 bases, but okay, I forgot about this over here, the planetary. He's gonna be able to establish this base easily enough, and there's pretty much nothing Zenio can do because Zenio doesn't. He's got Thor drops, yeah. Well, what I say, Thor drops, awesome. But anyways, there's pretty much this game is going out into MMA's favor heavily because MMA is not losing any bases. He's not losing workers. The middle part, taking the middle as Zerg is hard to defend against Terran because Terran is range units, obviously, so they're going to be able to put a siege tank over here or something if they wanted, or just harass it with Marines, making it difficult to harvest. But I guarantee you, though, if Zenio had better control earlier on, I mean, don't get me wrong, he still played well, and this was a pretty darn close game for a long while. But other than that, I'd have to say Zenio kind of threw this game away. It's harsh, I know, but we all make that mistake. We all somehow screw up those games. Maybe. And then MMA's. Wow, that's a pretty bad rally. MMA's just trying to help him back into the game. He's like, here's some Marines, go kill them. I don't mind if you get back in. Let's make this game longer. It's already 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the problem when you're Terran and they have Broodlords. The Broodlords can easily snipe over here, and it's hard to get the Marines up here because you don't have vision unless you scan. And you also have to worry about infestors. So while I was saying that MMA should have this, don't count Zenio out entirely. Infestors are pretty good, and getting a perfect fungal can mean the end of the game for MMA. He still does have this base, but Zenio still has about 1,000 minerals and 100 gas. I'm a little bit surprised. Okay, he's taking this base now, but he's about to lose it to this army. So I want to see, what are you gonna do, Zenio? Are you gonna move out? Are you gonna leave the Broodlords undefended? Don't do that. Oh no, he's coming back over here to snipe this. Wow. Someone's got balls, and his name is MMA. But it looks like he's gonna lose this base too. I was actually not expecting that, to be honest. That was like, maybe he scanned and I didn't see it or something. Because when you know there are Zerg armies right there with infestors, and you don't really know how many it is, then why would you attack? So, like he just scanned right now, he probably scanned just a minute ago before that. Unless he just unless it was like honestly a blind luck move. So, oh no, you need those banelings, Zenio. Now with MMA's godlike Marine split, you're not gonna really get him. Look at that. The only Marines he lost were the fungal ones. There was not enough units from Zenio. And yeah, now the Vikings overwhelm the air superiority, and Zenio GG's out. So that was actually a pretty good game, to be honest. But like I said before, Zenio I think could have taken that. He never did get 3-3 upgrades. I think what happened is that when MMA just started putting lots of pressure on him, like on multiple fronts and stuff, it's just like you lose focus of what you need to do and start worrying about how do I defend my base. It's happened to me obviously plenty of times, but I don't like how he only had one evolution chamber. I was really surprised by that. Like you'll see lots of like Stefano goes 2 evolution chambers like at 7:30. MMA threw down his 2 engineering bays at like 8 minutes. He was trying to keep up with upgrades, but in this case he was always ahead. And against Zerglings, Banelings, Marines are pretty darn good if they're like upgraded farther. Because at one point he was 2-0 and MMA is probably 2-2 upgrading 3-3. So we're going to go ahead and jump into game number 2, guys. Keep watching. If you guys like what you see, please do subscribe and like my videos. Thanks for watching, and let's go.